All right, that's a look at the 7-day forecast. Let's say good morning to Sandra Shaw. She is downtown at Beer Fest. It's October. That's what's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's the second annual Baltimore Beer Festival, and we're here at the Pratt Street Ale House. They're very involved. It kicks off on Thursday, just when the weather improves, so that's good, Tony. Going to be a great weekend for it. And it lasts from the 7th through the 17th, so 10 whole days of everything beer, craft beer, unique beers in Baltimore. And there are all these other, like, Oktoberfests and everything that take place with it, a bunch of festivals under the guise of Beer Fest, but it actually kicks off, Brad, on Thursday. So what's the event on Thursday?
Thursday's our opening tap ceremony at the Baltimore Museum of Industry with local Ace of Cakes TV star Duff Goldman. He'll be kicking off a fresh cask of beer from local flagship sponsor Heavy Seas Beer.
That sounds awesome. And tickets are still available where?
Tickets are still available at BaltimoreBeerWeek.com. We're about 90% sold out, so we suggest getting your tickets as soon as possible.
There you go. And John Gasparine, you know a lot about the history of beer and Beer Fest, and you're holding this mallet, which will play an integral part in the actual opening kickoff on Thursday. What is the significance of this?
The mallet is both a symbol and a functional tool. This mallet has a fantastic backstory. It makes it the center of conversation. It's kind of a material celebrity that people could touch, see, and feel at the events during Baltimore Beer Week. And functionally, we use the mallet all week long to ceremonially tap casks the old-fashioned way.
Sounds incredible. And there are going to be some new beers unveiled this week as well. I mean, I know they brew their own beers here at the Ale House, but how many different beers would you say? It's going to be just...
Wow. We've got lots of breweries, lots of local, regional breweries part of this, over 300 total events going on, 80 sponsors, 60 venues. It's going to be massive, 11 days.
Even a passport. So what's the deal with the passport?
Passport's great. You can kind of keep track. You get it stamped at each event. You go to some of the big events, you have a physical passport. It's great.
All right, well, there you go. Your beer passport to fun. Second annual Bar Beer Festival in Baltimore. That's it for now. Back on over to you, Stan and Mindy.
Wow, that's a heck of a crab bag you got there. That's some giant crabs.
Very impressive. You can warm it up by Thursday when Baltimore Beer Week kicks off. It's actually 10 days. It's the 7th through the 17th, and we're here live at the Pratt Street Ale House this morning. Nothing like a little hops to get you going and warm you up. Brad, you were telling us about all the different events. There's 300 different separate events with this week. What are some of the more unique ones?
Yeah, 330 plus events. We've got beer education classes. We've got beer pairing dinners. We've got festivals. Everything under the sun. Lots of great venues. Lots of great creative events from a lot of local businesses, restaurants, bars, museums. It's going to be wonderful.
And a lot of local beers as well. For instance, I know they brew their own beer here at the Pratt Street Ale House, so it's a great taste to get a sample. Again, the passport, that was kind of curious to me. Tell us what the beer passport is.
Yeah, the passport's a physical passport that everyone attending the opening tap ceremony this Thursday night will receive, and you get it stamped at certain events. And it's just kind of a keepsake to let everyone know, hey, I attended this, and that during the second annual Baltimore Beer Week.
And the first event is actually this Thursday.
It is this Thursday at the Museum of Industry with TV star Duff Goldman from Ace of Cakes tapping one of those firkins that you saw earlier.
Sounds good. Now, this firkin is actually a cask, and it's what's the deal behind it, John? Why do you have to do this?
Well, go back like 200 years, this thing was made out of wood, and this was the only way beer was being served. By gravity, you didn't have a CO2 force line like you see back there with those taps.
So you're going to go in and I'm going to hold this. You're going to tap it really quick. I'm going to talk a little bit about weather. And, weather-wise today, still some showers are possible as he just tapped that firkin and did not take off my finger, which is very good. Things are by Thursday, which is the start of Baltimore Beer Week 2010. It's a second annual, Tony. So did you know all that about tapping the firkin and the whole mallet thing? I actually didn't.
I did not know, and I suppose that's part of the beer education classes that you can take, right?
There you go. Yes. That's a class I wish I had taken in college.
Right. You probably did, and there was plenty of homework there that you probably didn't mind doing, right?
Yes. I wouldn't mind the lab in that class.
There you go. Thank you, Sandra. All right, we'll talk to you more again next half hour. Interesting stuff. Beer Week coming up in Baltimore.
All the way down toward Edmondson. That's the latest on Traffic Pulse 11. Now let's get the latest from Sandra Shaw. She is downtown, and anytime there's beer involved at this hour of the morning, we have no idea what's going to happen next. Hey, Sandra.
Yeah. Hey, Sarah. Well, we're talking about Baltimore Beer Week. It's the second annual, and we're hanging here at the Pratt Street Ale House this morning. They brew their own beer, and it's actually distributed all throughout Maryland, and the head brewer is Steve Jones, who joins me now. And what about your beer? I mean, it's called Oliver's, right?
Yeah, Oliver Ales is the brewery trade name. We focus on traditional English ales, particularly cask beer, an example of which you can see behind you right now.
Very cool. And Beer Week you have here at the Pratt Street Ale House, a really special event that's just one of the more than 300 that are going to be going on for that 10 days.
Absolutely. We have several events here, the cornerstone of which is the Chesapeake Real Ale Festival in association with the SPBW, which is a cask ale festival, and we'll have probably about 40 firkins on offer of beer from locally, regionally, nationally. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be really interesting to have 40 there because, I mean, usually you might only see one at like a bar or something.
Exactly. Cask ale, although growing, is still a fairly niche market, and this is going to be one of the region's premier events for cask beer. And
brewing your own beer is really an elaborate and laborious process. I mean, in a nutshell, can you kind of tell us what goes into it?
Laborious is the key word, yeah. We brew very traditionally, malt, hops, water, yeast. It's very old school, the way we do it. We're not one of the big box breweries. We're a little 7-barrel system, very hands-on, and craft is the key word, I think.
And you're the master craftsman because, as you said, you do this for like 10 hours a day, then you're here at night as well. So in Baltimore Beer Week, by the way, just the details, it starts October 7th, which is this Thursday, and lasts until the 17th. And more than 300 separate events, including a beer passport for all of those involved. So you can mark how many events you've gone through. But anyway, we'll tell you more about it coming up.
It's on Traffic Pulse 11. Now we get the latest from Sandra Shaw. She's downtown talking beer this morning at not even 7 o'clock. Good morning.
Yeah, I know. Well, Sarah, Baltimore Beer Week kicks off this Thursday, the 7th, and it goes through the 17th. So, yeah, it's 10 days, not a whole week, but more than a week. And it's worth it. It's the second annual. You guys have had great success, Brad. And tell us about the different events. There's more than 300, but there's some main events that are taking place.
Yeah, this Thursday kicks off with the opening tap celebration at the Museum of Industry Thursday night. Saturday, we've got the big Oktoberfest at the Timonium Fairgrounds. Monday, there's a beer luncheon at Bertha's. We've got the first ever Baltimore Beer Festival, Sunday the 17th on the Canton Waterfront Park. Real Ale Festival here on that Saturday the 16th. Lots of big events, lots of beer pairing dinners in between, tastings. Lots of great stuff.
Even classes, even a beer cruise. What's that all about?
Yeah, there's a beer cruise. Our flagship sponsor, Heavy Seas Beer, pirate ship coming out of Fells Point. 90-minute cruise on the water with a lot of Heavy Seas beer.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's going to be wild. Everything beer, you got to check it out. Baltimore Beer Weekend, it, again, kicks off this Thursday. There's still some tickets available, so you can check that out.